And we also asked Judge Jones to help us make sense of a local legal mess that's being called a judicial emergency.
Dauphin County's clerk of courts is in disarray after its top three leaders all either resigned or were fired. Seth Kaplan live at the Dauphin County Courthouse. And what's next and what all this means for all of us. Seth.
Yeah, Dennis and Valerie, a lot of government offices, no news is good news. And the clerk of court's office here is certainly one of those offices. So it was bad news when the clerk's office started making news. Judicial emergency in Dauphin County. That was the headline from this rare weekend order from the state Supreme Court after clerk of courts Bridget Whitley resigned Friday afternoon. That after she fired one deputy and another resigned. The top three leaders in this office all gone at once. The fact the state Supreme Court got involved in the inner workings of this office on the first floor of the Dauphin County Courthouse.
What it speaks to, Seth, is the fact that actually the clerk of courts is a really important position in terms of ensuring that criminal cases get tried in orderly and in particular in speedy fashion.
Why speedy? There
is a speedy trial rule in Pennsylvania, and if you don't observe that rule, it could lead to defendants getting out of jail pre-trial. This could be dangerous defendants in some cases.
A risk in Dauphin County based on what President Judge Scott Evans described in various court filings.
Well, there's a clerk of courts representative at every single criminal proceeding. And the way I understand it, they were showing up with the wrong files, the wrong information, jeopardizing the ability of judges to try cases.
We couldn't reach former clerk Whitley for comment. President Judge Evans declined to speak on camera. He appointed former longtime deputy clerk Patty Seitz to step in as acting clerk. She declined to speak on camera. Jones said Whitley's downfall was installing political allies rather than retaining experienced clerks to run the office after her surprise election victory last fall.
You typically won't benefit from coming in and cleaning house entirely unless that house is in disorder or disarray, and it wasn't. It is rather archaic and anachronistic in Pennsylvania that we elect these very important officials in certain offices.
In other words, if you think about it, most people we elect are policymakers who decide what to do, but then they actually hire people to do the job. In this case, you're talking about an elected clerk of courts who you can't just fire like any other constitutional office. Bridget Whitley, in this case, did resign under pressure from President Judge Evans, something we will, of course, continue to follow for you. Have more as we learn more right now live in Harrisburg. Seth Kaplan, ABC 27 News.